Hello student, how are you all? Hope so that all you are good. In today's video student, we are going to learn itself about class 2 lever and we are going to learn itself about class 3 lever. Okay, so this is our today's topic in this video. In my previous video student, I have discussed that it is class 1 lever. Okay, so regarding to the lever, what we already known about. Okay, so for lever student, we are known with this thing that mechanical advantage can be given as that of effort arm upon may this load arm. Okay, this is over there in regarding to this lever, or either we can simply write it as load to the effort. Okay, this is already we did in our previous. And over there student, efficiency, how do we write of machine? So efficiency in a relation with mechanical advantage and velocity ratio. So it is over there mechanical advantage upon my velocity ratio. Okay, so over here we are known with one thing that this efficiency cannot be 100%. Okay, so it means that this mechanical advantage, what it will be? It will be less than that of velocity ratio. Okay, so what will be over there? The mechanical advantage that it will be less than that of velocity ratio. That's why this efficiency will not be 100%. Okay, now let us to come on this class of lever. So here we are going to learn itself about class 2 lever. So now which is said to be class 2 lever? So student, we are saying that the lever, so over here the lever uh, for which load is between this effort and fulcrum. Okay, so which is said to be this second class lever. So we are going to call over there student, if load is between effort and fulcrum, then which class lever it will be? Class 2 lever. So just to look it over with the help of one of the examples student, here that I'm having a lever. Here I have supposed that is a straight or a bent rod, so it is lever. So now here it is fulcrum, and we have to place a load at this mid of effort and fulcrum. So here it is load, and there we are going to apply this effort. Okay, so this we are having effort. So you will find over here student, what is happening? Load is going to lie between fulcrum and effort. Okay, so now as we are known with one thing that for measurements we are taking initial point, it is fulcrum, and from there we start our measurement. Okay, so then we are going to have student over here the distance of this load from fulcrum. So what we are going to call it is as it is load arm. Okay, and over there the distance of this effort from that fulcrum, so what we are going to call it is as effort arm. Okay, so you will find over here student that in this case of class 2 lever, effort arm is going to be greater than that of load arm. Simple case is there. Effort arm is greater than load arm. So then what will be our mechanical advantage? So mechanical advantage, as already I told, that for this case of lever, it is can be defined in this way: effort arm to this load arm. Okay, that is what this mechanical advantage. Now which one is greater? The effort numerator is greater than that of denominator, so it means to say that this will come to be greater than 1. Okay, so for this second class lever, mechanical advantage will be greater than 1. So remember this thing that mechanical advantage is always greater than 1 for second class lever. This is second class lever. So for this we have determined this mechanical advantage. Important to note down, for which class lever mechanical advantage is always greater than 1, then it will be over there second class lever. Okay, now one thing that we should remember, as student, this velocity ratio will also be greater than 1 for this uh, second class lever. Okay, but as we are known that this efficiency of machine cannot be 100%. Practical machine efficiency cannot be 100%. So it means over there that of we have to learn one thing. This mechanical advantage, even though it is greater than 1, what still what it will be? It will be smaller than that of velocity ratio. Okay, what it will be over there? It will be smaller than, for example, if velocity ratio is 3, so that of mechanical advantage, it will be that of 2.5. Okay, so this is greater than 1 but still smaller than velocity ratio. Okay, so velocity ratio is greater than 1 for this second class lever. Now let us look over here that a few of the examples, student, that we are having, which is going to relate with that of this second class lever. So first we are having this one, it is wheelbarrow. Okay, so in the exam that we have to draw the diagrams of this as well, or we have to represent or show this effort, load and that fulcrum in the given diagram. Okay, so that may be the different way of the asking the question. So over here that wheelbarrow, so wheelbarrow generally how it looks, first we will work on that one. So we are having wheelbarrow, we are using it to shift heavy load from one to another place. Okay, so as this one, it is a wheel in it, and there we are having this is over there a lever which is used in it, and over it you can keep the load in the middle of this one. Okay, so there it is that place to load it. So here is the load, it is load, and here the force is applied, it is effort at this point. Okay, and this point it is what? Fulcrum. Okay, so student, over here you will note that this load is going to lie between fulcrum and that effort. So this is of which class lever? It will be of this second class lever, and it multiplies the force because mechanical advantage is greater than 1, so therefore it is what? It is force multiplier. Okay, so therefore it becomes easy for us to shift the load from one to another place. Okay, similarly student, that here this I have taken the first example. Now the second example which we are having, so here it is that of nutcracker. So let us look over here about of this nutcracker. So this nutcracker, that it makes easy for us to crack these nuts which is very hard. Okay, so over here this is almost that nutcracker diagram which I am going to show. Okay, so there is that fixed point about which this will rotate. Okay, and that nut you are going to place in between these two arms. Here it is that nut which you are going to place, and you will apply the force at this edge. Here it is the effort, load is placed over here, fulcrum is this. Okay, so you will find over there that it is the load arm, and here it is the effort arm. Okay, so it is also going to have that force multiplication. Okay, now the another thing that we can look over here for second class lever, as we are having, this is a door. Okay, so this door can have its rotation about a point. So this is that axis of rotation. So this is axis of rotation. It is axis of rotation. Okay, so therefore it is what? Fulcrum. It is what? Fulcrum is this one. Okay, and you apply the force at this end. So it is effort over here. And the weight of this door, it is going to lie in between that one. Okay, so there it is load. So thus we are having, it is which class lever again? So we find it that it is that of second class lever. Okay, another example that which we are going to take, it is the fourth example, student, which we are having. For example, that it is opener, we are using bottle opener. Now it is going to be that summer season, so mostly we are going to prefer this cold drink. Okay, so for this cold drink, student, to open them we are using over there this opener. Okay, so here it is the cap of the bottle, and there it is, that neck of the bottle. So with the help of the opener, we are going to open this one. So here it is, that with the help of the opener, we can open this one. Okay, so over there, student, what we did, we can open this one very easily. Okay, so thus we are having over here this cap of the bottle. It is going to act as that of load. It is going to act as load. Okay, and here we are going to apply the effort. Okay, and this point, it is going to act as fulcrum. Okay, so thus we are having, it is a second class lever, because load is going to lie between that of fulcrum and effort. Okay, similarly over there, that one more example, if we will talk about, it is a paper cutter. So paper cutter is also the example for this second class lever. So in this, as we are having, it is the platform of that paper cutter. Here it is the platform of the paper cutter, and on this we are going to place the page, and here it is that blade with which half we are going to cut this paper. So here is that blade. Okay, so therefore we are going to apply the force at this edge. So here it is, effort is applied, and that load means the paper which you are going to place over here. Let us have, this is that paper which we want to cut. Here it is, that paper. Okay, so that will cut from its middle part. Here it is, that load then, and the fixed point about which it is going to move, it is fulcrum over here. Okay, so thus we have, this is those second class lever. Okay, so now it's time for that of third class lever, student. Third class lever. Okay, so what is this third class lever? Third class lever. So in third class lever, student, this we are saying that effort is between load and that of fulcrum. Okay, so that class of lever, we are going to say that it is third class of lever. Okay, so what is happening over there? Effort is between load and fulcrum. Okay, so now let us look that simplest diagram, thereafter we can proceed. As we are having, student, this one, that of simplest diagram. Here it is a lever, and there it is going to be pivoted at this point, which is fulcrum, and we apply the force at this edge. We apply the force at this point. Okay, it is effort, and load is kept here. Here is the load kept. Okay, so over here you will find that there is fulcrum and load, they are in the out edges, while this effort is in the mid part. Okay, so therefore which class of the lever it will be? It will be third class lever. But now, as we are known that the measurement, we are going to start it from the fulcrum, so the distance of effort from fulcrum, we called it as effort arm. It is what? It is effort arm. Okay, and that distance of this load, distance of the load from the fulcrum, so what we are going to call it is as, it is load arm. Okay, so now which one is greater over here? So we are looking over here, student, that this load arm is greater than that of effort arm. Okay, generally it is going to appear from this diagram. Which one is greater? Load arm is greater than that of effort arm. Okay, so therefore what will be mechanical advantage for this third class lever? So as third class lever, we are known mechanical advantage can be written as that of ratio of effort arm upon में load arm. Okay, so over there it is effort arm upon में load arm. Now you will find that effort arm is smaller, and which is greater? Load. So therefore, as example, that effort arm is of 2 meter, and this load arm is of 5 meter. Load arm 5 meter. So what will be mechanical advantage? It will be 2 by 5. So that what it will be? 0.4. Okay, 0.4. So that means less than 1 it is going to be. Okay, it is what? 0.4. Okay, so it is less than 1. So then for what purpose we are using such a lever? So this is used for that of speed gain, used for speed gain. ठीक है, या gain in speed, that we can say. So you will find over there, student, every time if you want to change the position of effort, so it will remain between load and fulcrum. So that means never the situation we will get where this effort arm will be greater than that of load arm. So thus mechanical advantage always less than 1, always less than 1 for third class lever. Third class lever. Okay, this is we are having over here. And what will be velocity ratio for this, student? So velocity ratio will also be less than 1. But remember that velocity ratio is less than 1, but it will be still greater than mechanical advantage. फिर भी ये क्या होगी? मैकेनिकल एडवांटेज से ग्रेटर ही होगी. जैसे एग्जांपल के लिए ना, हमारे पास अगर मैकेनिकल एडवांटेज जो है इट इज़ 0.4, so velocity ratio will be स्टिल ग्रेटर देन ऑफ इट विल बी 0.5. ये उससे ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सो दस वी आर हैविंग दैट वेलोसिटी रेशियो that it will be greater than 1 or greater than mechanical advantage, not greater than 1 but greater than mechanical advantage. Now let us look over here with a few of the diagrams which is regarding to this third class lever, student. ठीक है. तो थर्ड क्लास लीवर की हमारे पास डायग्राम, जैसे एग्जांपल के लिए स्टूडेंट, वेरी फर्स्ट दैट आई एम हैविंग, इट इज फायर टोंग. ठीक है, फायर टोंग, इधर यू कैन से सुगर टोंग, और इधर यू कैन टेक इट एज ट्वीजर. Okay, so common diagram that we are going to draw for this one. Okay, so what we are going to do, जो fire tongue, sugar tongue और tweezer, for them they're almost the same that we are going to take the diagram. Okay, so here that we are having the diagram which is for them. So in this class of lever, what will be there? We are known that this effort it will be in between the load and fulcrum. Okay, so this is that we are having sugar tongue or fire tongue or tweezer. Okay, so generally what we are doing, student, here that we are placing the load. Here is the load placed. Here is the load placed. Okay, and what is this? It is load. Load is placed here, and you are going to apply the force at this edge, at this point. Okay, so there it is, effort, and the fixed point about which it is going to move, so that is fulcrum over here. It is fulcrum. Okay, so thus we are having, it is what? Third class lever, because effort is between force and that of fulcrum and load. Okay, it is not going to multiply your this force. It is what? It is used only for gain in speed. Okay, now the next example that which we can look over here, student, it is regarding to the spade for lifting that coal. You can do this one. It is for lifting coal. So that spade which we are using over there, it is also going to be this third class lever. Now let us to look over here that how it's this of third class lever. So there we are having, it is that the shape which is for spade. Okay, so that spade, initially one more spade that we already discussed in first class lever, student. Okay, तो फर्स्ट क्लास लीवर की जो स्पेड है वो भी हमने डिस्कस की थी ऑलरेडी. ओके, सो दिस इज of this type spade. I hope so that you come to learn about this one, and that this spade is used in the construction work, or either to dig the ground. So that time to take up the soil from the ground. So we are using over there. So that time, student, you will find that effort is applied at this point. Here effort is applied. Okay, to lift that load, and that load will be placed at this edge. Here is the load. Okay, and this fulcrum, the point about which this spade that can move, it is here, over here. It is that fulcrum position. Okay, so thus effort is going to lie between that of force and fulcrum and that load. So it becomes our third class lever. Now that one more which we can use over there, that while cleaning and the courtyard, so that time we are using the broom over there. Okay, so we are using the broom over there. So this broom is also going to be the example of this third class lever. So there you will find that this is with the help of this diagram, that this broom, it is also the example of a third class lever. So here that load will be adjusted, and the effort to clean that one you will apply here, and the point about which it is going to rotate, it is over here. So fulcrum is at this point. Okay, so this we are having. So student, over here the few of the example which we have seen that is related with the third class lever. Now in our body, where this third class lever that we are having. Okay, so in human body, if we are talking about human body, there is also this third class lever. So as suppose that here we are having our arm. Okay, here is our arm, and there we are going to lift a heavy object. We are going to lift a heavy object. So there we are looking to lift a heavy object. Here is our thumb, and there we have our hand. Okay, so here is that heavy object we lift, for example a brick in our hand. Okay, so we lift it up. Okay, so that time, student, this is what? This is load. Okay, this is load, and the point about which your this arm will bend, it is that point about which it will bend. Okay, so then it is going to be fulcrum. Here it is fulcrum, and that effort will be developed at this point. Here it is the effort. Okay, so this is that third class lever which is in our body. So then we can say it is over here that what we are doing here, we are raising a load kept in the hand. Okay, this is that what we are doing over there, we are going to raise the load which is kept in the hand. Okay, so it is third class lever. So over here we come to know about of all these student, that the first class lever, second class lever, and third class lever. Okay, so for once again just look quick review for this one. That of first class lever, here it is first class lever, then it is a second class lever, and thereafter it is a third class lever. Okay, so we are having three classes of the lever. So what thing is in between? तो फर्स्ट क्लास लीवर के लिए कौन सा जो हमारे पास उस फलक्रम लोड और एफर्ट में सेंटर के अंदर आता है. सो एफ फॉर फर्स्ट भी है, एफ फॉर फलक्रम भी है, तो इसलिए हमारे पास फलक्रम जो है वो क्या होगा, इन बिटवीन दिस लोड एंड एफर्ट आएगा. ठीक है. सेकंड में स्टूडेंट हमारे पास विच विल कम इन द बिटवीन ऑफ द टू, तो इसमें हमारे पास लोड, इट विल बी इन द बिटवीन ऑफ एफर्ट एंड फलक्रम. And in third class student, हमारे पास what will be in the between of the two? So then we are saying over there, here it is effort. So effort will be in between the load and fulcrum. Okay. Now the next over here student, this mechanical advantage of first class lever, it can have its value equal to 1, greater than 1, or less than 1. Similarly over there, that velocity ratio is equal to 1, that of greater than 1, and that of velocity ratio less than 1. While this second class lever, its mechanical advantage is always greater than 1, and velocity ratio will also be greater than 1. Okay, so always important question of the exam, which class lever is having mechanical advantage always greater than 1, and third class lever, its mechanical advantage is less than 1, velocity ratio is also less than 1, but still that we are having this mechanical advantage will always be less than 1. Okay, so gain in speed is used. Okay, so how you can identify? So whenever you will get any example, so that time you need to look that which is going to be in between the two. ठीक है, in between the two. ठीक है, so if fulcrum is in between, so first class lever, load is in between, so second class lever, third class lever if effort is between. Okay, so for which class lever that mechanical advantage is greater than 1, so we can have it is first class lever can also have its mechanical advantage greater than 1, and this is second class lever also having that mechanical advantage greater than 1. Okay, but always it is greater than 1 for second class lever. Okay, so thereafter student, this third class lever, so its mechanical advantage can be less than 1, is less than 1, but first can have its value less than 1 as well. Okay, so but they can be identified with the help of that what thing is in between the two. Okay, so hope so that I'm in the approach to make you to learn it better. Thank you.